I used to be 300 pounds and I was overweight my entire life and my entire childhood. I struggled with weight for a very long time, and my mother was actually the one I was rebelling against. We never ate junk food in the household. We didn't have any sugar, flour, none of that was in the house ever. So when I went to my friend's house, I casually would just eat all of their food because I'd never had it before and it was so yummy and honestly very addicting. So a normal kid would probably eat like one slice of pizza. I ate four at the age of 6. And people would call my mom and be like, "Is your daughter okay? Like, she's eating all this food." And they were really like surprised and shocked, like, "This is just not normal. Like, do you know that your daughter's doing this?" And she would probably be in shock. I'm assuming you're in shock.
I mean, I was concerned, and then I didn't really know how to respond, and then I knew there was a problem.
There was a problem, and she'd pack me really healthy food at school, and I would throw it all away. And then I'd eat other kids' junk food. So from very early on, I had a problem, and it got worse as I got older. I, went to all these different schools, and I moved a lot, and I ended up eating a lot more junk food wherever I could, whenever I could, and it became more intense as I got older. So the amount would just get larger and larger. So eventually, when I went to private school in Florida, I ended up eating like 7 pieces of pizza at the school cafeteria because no one was watching, and I could eat as much food as I wanted to. I'd get 7 bars and shove them in my backpack and snack on them after school and before I got home. And my mom would give me Sprouts for lunch, and I just threw them away. So it was pretty intense. And then we moved to California, and I had a 7-Eleven at the bottom of my hill. And that's when things got really, really bad. I ended up going down the hill to 7-Eleven, buying all this junk food with her money that I at that time took from her, or borrowed, you could say, because I paid it all back. And I shoved my face with donuts and taquitos and just Cheez-Its and candy and Sour Patch Kids, the huge bags of Sour Patch Kids, and I ate all of that food. And I ended up gaining so much weight. I gained 140 pounds. And everyone at school would bully me, but my friends would feed me junk food. And online, all I saw was people gaining weight and saying that it was beautiful and okay. So naturally, I thought, oh, it's fine to be overweight. There's no problem with me being overweight. It's totally fine. I can just keep eating junk food. Everyone thinks I'm beautiful. My therapist told me I was fine. My doctors told me I was fine. The only person complaining was my mother, who would come in my room and rip my curtains open because I loved being in the dark. I loved being depressed, sad, suicidal. I loved self-harming. Like, that was just like my thing. I was just really into being anxious and depressed and wearing potato sacks as clothing. And she always came in my room every day and said, "Work out, get out of bed, go, like, do something." And I just got so angry, it made me eat more food. So I bought more pizza and I bought more chips and I hid them under my bed and I hid them in chests outside. And I was just so angry. And she'd get all these bills on her phone, like DoorDash bills. And she'd be like, "Penelope, what is all of these bills from?" And I'd be like, "Oh, nothing. I don't know. I have no idea what that's from. That's not me." But it was me. It was me. I hundreds of dollars a week in food bills. I mean, it was crazy. And she was supporting it in a way. And I also was doing it to get her angry, to make her feel bad because she was so beautiful and perfect. And she was always exercising and doing yoga and she was healthy her whole life. But I somehow could never get it right. I was always overweight. I was always ugly. I was always the one who couldn't do the exercises and couldn't do the movement and just couldn't figure it out. And I didn't know why I wasn't like her. And it just made me more angry that she wanted me to be her so bad. And eventually, I got my blood drawn and it showed that I had high triglycerides. I was at risk for diabetes and heart disease. And I got really scared. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to die. I'm 15 years old at the time. And I feel like I'm going to die. Like what's going to happen to me? Because I was looking at the side effects of these things and what they were caused from. And it was my weight. And no one was telling me that. My doctor still told me I had no problems. And I was really, really scared. So my first step from Burger King every day was Chipotle. And from Chipotle burritos, it was salad. And from salad, it was salad without rice. And it slowly took off the sour cream, took off the cheese, and just ate vegetables. And slowly but surely, I got out of the food addiction. But it wasn't with other diets because I had tried all of those diets. I tried Weight Watchers, I tried keto, I tried Jenny Craig, I tried literally every diet. I tried pills and injections and HCG, and I starved myself for days and lost 20 pounds and gained them back and more and then some. And it was a really, really vicious cycle for a very, very long time, and I just couldn't figure it out. And I said, none of these diets work. What am I going to do? And so when I was actually 10 years old, I created this method with my mom where you just go from like a double cheeseburger to a single cheeseburger, to a turkey burger on an Ezekiel bun, then to lettuce, and slowly you make changes that you can stick to and stay consistent with, rather than just, trying to eat salmon tomorrow or drinking water for the rest of your life and then losing weight, because that doesn't work. I tried that, but it doesn't work. And so that's how I finally was able to lose the weight for once and for all, was to find amazing recipes using whole foods that taste like the food that I used to love, but giving me energy, helping me lose weight, and not sacrificing my health, because we're not interested in doing that. And that's the program that me and Mom created, which is called Step It Up. Just stepping it up one bite at a time, one step at a time with your exercise, which was something I really struggled with too. Exercise was something I didn't enjoy at all. Exercise was really hard for me. It felt like literally an uphill battle. Like when I went to 7-Eleven and I had to go up that hill, I didn't go up the hill because it was too hard. I couldn't do anything being 300 pounds. Couldn't walk up steps, couldn't go up hills, couldn't do anything that normal people could do. Getting in the car made me out of breath. Getting out of bed made me out of breath. It was very severe. And the only way I was able to get out of that was to slowly, incrementally exercise more. So first it started with like 20 minutes, then 30 minutes, then 45 minutes, then an hour and a half, and walking more. And as I started to build stamina and strength, and as I started to build resilience, I was able to lose weight, but also be able to move better, right? Just to be able to move was a luxury that I hadn't felt for a really long time. And then I started to fall in love with exercise, but it wasn't just like treadmill exercise. It was emotional exercise that made you have emotional releases that I didn't know I needed to have. Like there would be workouts I would do where I would bawl my eyes out the whole time because yes, it was very physically hard and demanding, but it brought up a lot of emotions that I had about myself and the world. And it gave me a time to release that wasn't therapy, that wasn't someone talking to me. It was just me and me alone. And it was very confronting, but it helped me so much because today I can jog, I can run, I can do all these amazing things that I used to not be able to do. So because of that resilience building in the exercise, it didn't feel like exercise. It felt like an emotional regulation tool that I still use today. That's what got me to lose the weight, and in a way that was enjoyable, not in a way that felt like, oh, I have to work out today. It was like, I get to work out today, and this workout doesn't feel like a workout. It feels like an emotional workout, which is very different and very interesting and really, really fun, actually, when you start to get into it. But it took me about a year to say it was fun. The first year, it was not as fun as the second year, and every day it got easier. And that's what kept me going, that it got easier every day. I'm losing weight and it's getting easier. And that's what made me want to keep going. That's what made me excited about the next day. So eventually I lost 140 pounds and I'm still on a journey. I still would like to lose 10, 20 more pounds, but I am really happy with where I am today, and I've lost a lot of weight, and I've done it in a really beautiful, natural way where I have no loose skin, which is so rare. And one of the reasons I don't have loose skin is because I didn't eat all the chemicals and cellulose and all the bad fats that normally people would eat on their weight loss journey. So I thank you, Mom, for educating me and not giving me or allowing those foods in the house, because all we had were raw almonds and raw walnuts, and that was the fats that I was eating. So that's a little tip for you guys out there who are trying to lose weight. Eat good fats. And honestly, after losing the weight now and being in this new body, I have a new gratitude for the body that I have and the ability to move. Every day I wake up, I get to move and exercise. My life isn't easy now. I don't just not exercise and eat healthy anymore. Oh no, keeping the weight off is the hardest part of weight loss itself. Now, my new life is all about moving every day and making sure that I'm not eating emotionally, making sure that my sensory hunger isn't a problem, making sure that I am staying in check and in balance with my health and whole foods. That's what's really, really important. Keeping the weight off is easier than I thought it would be because I am not dieting, and I never did diet to get to where I am today. It's because I live an inspirational life that I look forward to every day, because I'm constantly making new recipes and finding amazing strategies to make maybe a hamburger tastes like, a Burger King burger, but it's actually made of vegetables and it's delicious and amazing and health giving and energy giving. I mean, it's so fun to create recipes that give me life and keep me on track. I've loved finding new movements and changing it up with my exercise, and how can I be more emotionally moved today, and what can I release that I'm not releasing yet. And I get excited about the new bounds I can push and the new things I can create for myself on this journey. What makes our program so unique and special is that we focus on the gut microbiome and the good bacteria that it needs. We focus on the taste bud retraining that your taste buds need in order to not be addicted to food anymore. We offer this amazing accountability group and support the woman inside of it because we know that it takes real people and real conversations to get you the results you need. Consistency is key, and we're there for you every single day in our group. If you're interested in learning more, check the link in the description and don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.